Hello and welcome to this month's Maggie Moment. One of the things I get asked so many times on my membership class or in when they run into me in the street or after a seminar is, help, how do I get my kid to want to play by themselves? So independent play is like a muscle that, just like we have to help our kids learn to walk and talk and feed themselves and toilet themselves, there needs to be some kind of level of skill building in order for them to play independently. Now, I am going to say that our dandelion kids tend to be able to nail it a lot better than our orchids or our more sensitive children. So again, you're not doing anything wrong, and those of you who are devoting hours to playing with your children, it's like putting money in the bank. But you know what? You got to get stuff done. Seriously, you got to cook dinner, you got to do food, you got to work from home. There's so many things that really we need to be realistic. And I'm going to say that building that secure attachment that all of us who work in the parenting space are forever telling you about, you know, you can still say no to your children and let them feel uncomfortable, and you don't break that bond. So if it's a muscle, we've got to gradually strengthen it. So depending on how much you're already doing, what are you doing? Choose an activity next time you're doing it and say, look, well, I've only got 15 minutes because I've got to get dinner ready. All right. And then if it's a youngish child, they probably don't even know what 15 minutes is. But on your timer, you might set a timer that says, oh, there it is. I'm going to be able to watch you from the kitchen. So come and tell me how it's going. So in other words, if you can set them up in a play that they're enjoying, obviously not a pretend play where you are something really important like Bandit is in Bluey, but being able to do something they can on-go with. So whether that's building blocks or magnet tiles or playing with whatever they're doing, or maybe we step out of it and then we can step back. So it's a gradual strengthening of their capacity to continue to play without you. So often they actually just like you close. So that's why I would suggest sometimes I'm going to watch you playing, and I'm going to go and hang some washing out or do something, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to watch you, but stay from behind the couch. So there's a little bit of a physical distance, but they still feel your presence. And then you keep on gradually stepping that back. All right, the next thing you do might sound completely counterintuitive, and that is your child having opportunities to play with other children who have a tendency to be able to play independently? They are easily influenced by other children. So see if there's anyone in your play group or your early childhood setting who's a pretty independent player who can initiate stuff without any growing up anywhere near. Child-initiated play, even from another child, is a big step in being able to initiate their own play. So keep that happening. Once again, it is a gradual stretching, and that I want to celebrate you that you've already put in hours and hours. And I am going to tell you, don't forget, go and sit down, watch a bit more of Bluey, see what he does in that space, see what they do in that space. Because again, we want you to connect, but hours and hours of connection is really difficult in a busy, busy world, and your kid can survive it. Remember the micro connections. Just going to ruffle their head as I walk past. I'm just going to check in and make a funny noise. I'm going to smile at them and wink at them as I walk past. They're all moments of connection that may sustain your child to be able to play a little bit longer by themselves. And my last tip, create a cubby. Create something that they really want to play with, so they might not notice that you aren't there as much as you used to be there. And let your house be a lot messier to facilitate this big transition from you being the only play person to being a possible play person. Good luck.